Compliments of the season to you and welcome to Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between lawmakers and their constituents. I am Mariah Olashendi. Today on the show, you know what, I have an illustrious son from Ondo State. You want to know who he is? All right, we'll take a short break. I'll be back soon. Stay with us. The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been.
The job is simple: to provide effective representation for your people and also be a strong voice.
How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
There should be more scholarship for children to be able to go to school.
Faleke is a man of God. He has been doing it. He has been helping people.
And how do the people ensure that their constituency projects are executed to the letter?
On behalf of all the students in Ekiti State, to say a big thank you to the student senator Michael Okoyembamdedu for this learning item.
Do they even know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
He touched so many lives across the states.
We're ready to go the extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency projects, both federal, state and local government level. Know your representative with Mariah Olashendi, bridging the visible gap. Welcome back. And if you're just joining us, the program is still Know Your Representative with Mariah. I'm here with the lawmaker representing Ondo Central Senatorial District, Senator Adeniyi Adegbonmire. He's also the chairman of the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. Sir, you're welcome to Know Your Representative.
Thank you very much, Mariah. It's my pleasure to be here with you and compliments of the season.
So how do we start now? How did you journey into politics briefly?
How did I journey into politics?
And SAN in politics?
Actually, my late father, Chief Adegbonmire, was a well-renowned and respected politician. And he joined politics in 1952, before I was born. So I was actually born into it. And it's always been my desire to join public service so that I could uplift my people. And politics, which is intertwined with governance, is the only way by which I know that you can actually uplift your people. So it's actually a call to service.
Okay, 2 years plus now in office. Can you just run us through briefly what you've done since you came into office?
It's been roller coaster. In terms of bills, of course, sponsored a bill to convert the Federal College of Agricultural Akure to a university. That has gone through public hearing, and the report of the committee ought to have been considered before we went on another occasion, but because of a few things. So I'm sure that by the time we come back in January, that report will be considered and the bill will go through third reading and will be passed. And then we'll go for concurrence in the House of Reps. I'm also the sponsor of the Federal University of Technology Akure Teaching Hospital. As you well know, the hospital is running now. I don't want to talk about the behind how we got that going, but the report also will be presented to the Senate once we get back in January. I've also sponsored a bill for the establishment of a university in Igbaraoke called University of Tourism and Science, etc. That's there. There's also promoting, I did also facilitate or lobby for the Ondo Akure road now. I'm also the sponsor of the motion for the Odede Ofosu road, which will link Idore in Ondo State with Edo State, so as to open up the agricultural belt of Ondo State, particularly cocoa and timber. Right now, I'm also co-sponsor of a bill to amend the Sheriff and Civil Services Act, etc., etc. Of course, I'm on several committees. I'm chairman of the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights, Legal Matters. I was also the chairman of the ad hoc committee for the Ajakuta revamp. I'm also a member of the committee of the Senate that is looking at these genocide issues. I'm also on the committee that is looking at the Save Our Schools initiative and several like that. So, no, it's going to be a
by God's grace, that's been completed before the end of your...
And by the grace of God, before the 2027, that road, if not completed, would have been well advanced. So that's one of the things I'm trying to do.
We're looking at health now, your plans for your people in terms of health.
Right now, we're doing some rehabilitation of the health centers. We've done about 2 or 3, and it's ongoing. About 2 have now been completed. The others, construction or rehabilitation will start next year. We've also started, and it's also ongoing, rehabilitation of primary schools. Right now, we'll facilitate the construction of a multi-purpose hall, laboratories, etc. in Oyemeku Grammar School in Akure. I dare say it's probably the biggest intervention educational-wise in Ondo Central Senatorial District now. We built some classroom blocks for a school called St. Helens. We're going to start the construction of about 4 or 5 classrooms in another school. I don't want to mention the school online, but we're going to start.
But across your senatorial district?
In my senatorial district.
Okay.
So and hopefully in 2026, I'm going to wrap up the rehabilitation of primary schools and secondary schools, because I believe that if people get to learn in a conducive environment, it's better for them. So I'm going to concentrate on rehabilitation of primary schools, secondary schools, and health centers in 2026.
Skills acquisition?
Skills acquisition, yes. We done one about 3 weeks ago. We've done about 3 or 4. We had one for the youth. We had one for the women. Those ones happened earlier this year. There was 2 in 2024. And we've done one about 3 weeks ago with Smedan. So we're going to be doing that from time to time. We've also done a back-to-school intervention empowerment, where we gave out laptops, projectors, blackboards, textbooks, exercise books, etc., etc. And we're going to be doing another one, hopefully in 2026. When we did the first one, we gave out 65 laptops amongst projectors. Yeah, projectors. Now, the next one, which I plan to do in 2026, we'll be giving out 150 laptops, together with exercise books and all sorts of things. So the ability, look, I keep saying to people, the western part of what we call the Southwest today, which was the western region, the head start we have is because our educated people. When you educate people, you liberate them. So my view is that one of the things we need to do for our people in the Southwest is to provide a conducive environment for them to learn. Once somebody learns well, he's able to fend for himself. But if he's not learning in a conducive environment, the ability for him to learn appropriately or properly is diminished. So I'm trying to correct all of that.
So what's the feedback like? Okay.
Feedback, so far so good. I've received prayers from people who have said, look, I'm not using my keke napep, I'm using my Okada, I'm making money for my family. Those who had cold stores, maybe selling drinks, selling pure water, selling all sorts of things, seafood, they're happy. It has enhanced their business. So that is what gives me joy, where you see people who appreciate it, and you brought joy not only to them, to their family. I remember one of them, I gave him a motorcycle. He insisted that his wife must thank me on the phone and pray for me, and said, look, and the wife said, you know what, you can't imagine what you have done for us, because now my husband can fend for the family. So those are the things that give me joy. I would just like to talk briefly about the president, President Bola. You know, at each given point, I try to let Nigerians understand, and the boldness with which he has tackled it. Has he done well? The answer is yes. You see, you cannot isolate the situation that he found himself when he was sworn in from the decisions that he has taken. And I have asked people a simple question. For those who are his most vocal critics, has anybody said, this thing, while condemning for political reasons his decisions, have they given you a solution that is different from his own?
So how often do you meet with your people? Do you have a town hall meetings? Do you ask?
I had a big town hall meeting, but I do meet groups from time to time. But I do meet interest groups, pressure groups, student bodies from time to time.
How do you get to know their needs? Do you consult?
What you said is quite interesting. You know why it is interesting? It's the fact that it's important that we understand how things work. There are 3 arms of government. There's the executive, there's the legislature, and there's judiciary. Judiciary, courts, legislature, lawmaking, executive, projects. a lot of people have muddled it up, thinking that the legislator, that part of your obligation is projects. It's not. Even the projects that I've reeled out to you are projects that I have approached the executive to say, these are the needs of my people, please help. So the executive has been kind enough to do that. But do I have the authority or the power to award a contract for 10,000 naira? I don't. So part of it is that you lobby the executive to do this. Now, you then, in doing that, you then go to your people and say, what are your needs? For example, I've given out a lot of, facilitated the installation of a lot of solar lights because of the precarious security situation. People want their streets to be lit up. So I've done that. So I do engage, and I have an open door policy. People send me messages. If I were to open my phone for you, you'll probably find 500 messages in the last 1 hour.
The requests.
And I try as much as possible to respond to all, so that I can feel the pulse of my people. And even if I say so, I think I have done pretty well in trying to listen to them and do what I can do. But of course, I can't please everybody.
Distinguished like we know, the functions of the lawmaker is lawmaking, representation, and oversight.
Oh, you know, the importance of the legislator is something the average Nigerian does not appreciate. Whatever laws you are bound to obey them. Whatever laws the National Assembly makes, the president is bound to make them once he assents to it. And where he does not assent to it, the Constitution allows us to override his veto, right? The Chief Justice of Nigeria and all judges and justices, they interpret the laws we make. They don't write laws themselves. The only way they get to write laws indirectly is to interpret what we have made and say this is what it means. But can they themselves draft and pass laws? The answer is no. Now, it is all of these laws that govern society. If we were to make a law now, and this is just an example, not that we'll make it, and we say anybody that wears black on a Sunday should be jailed and is assented to, or the president who assent to will come to National Assembly and we override it, what happens? Everybody must do it. And that is why it is important. And the English say, if the wise man is not careful, the foolish man will make laws that the wise man will have to abide with. And therefore, our people must understand that the legislature is the most critical aspect of democracy. In a dictatorship, you would have the judiciary and you still have the executive, but you have the legislature. The difference between a dictatorship and a democracy is the legislature. That's the bedrock, the foundation of democracy. And our people must understand that. And that is why it is important that in electing people, you understand that it's important that you elect the right people back or into this National Assembly or into State Assembly. Because they are the ones that are going to make laws for you. Second is that people must also understand that we have voted in to make laws. That's why we voted in. Now, all of these other things are things you lobby for. So where you judge a man by the things you lobby for, but you don't judge him by his ability to ensure that proper laws are made, then there's a problem. There's a total disconnection. And I have said to my colleagues in the Senate that the National Assembly should actually have a program on TV where you educate people what the National Assembly stands for, what we have voted for, what we are doing, the laws, the impact of our laws. We must do it because a lot of Nigerians don't understand it.
Constitution review, you should.
I'm also on the Constitutional Review Committee. I'm also on the Electoral Act Committee.
You should be.
Some of these very important legislative pieces and frameworks I'm a member, and I must say with all sense of responsibility and responsibility that I'm a pivotal part of most of these things.
Finally on the show, you get to speak in your local dialect.
Nǹkan tí màá sọ ni pé ní agbára Ọlọ́run, àwọn nǹkan tá a ṣì máa ṣe fún àwọn tó wà ní Ondo Central Senatorial District ṣì pọ̀. Bí mo ṣe sọ tẹ́lẹ̀, nǹkan tó yìnbó ń pè laptop a ṣì máa pín more than 150 lágbára Ọlọ́run. Àdèmá ká tó kúrò 2027 ó ní àwọn ọ̀nà kan àti ṣe ti Ọ̀rẹ́ sí Àkúrẹ́ àti a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run àlọ́bì wọ́n á ṣe ti Òfòsù Òdòdó Òfòsù road. Ọlọ́run fún wa ṣe àwọn nǹkan tá a ṣe fẹ́ ṣe fáwọn èèyàn wa kí ìrọ̀rùn lè wà ó pọ̀ Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ fún wa ṣe lágbára Ọlọ́run. À ń ṣe fáwọn obìnrin eléyìí empowerment tá a ṣe báyìí àwọn opó tá a fún lówó tó bí 100 tá a fún lówó àwọn ìyálọ́jà náà over 100 gbogbo àwọn tá a fún lówó tó jóbìnrin wọ́n á fẹ́ tó 300 people tá a fún lówó in different categories àfáwọn artisans tó jóbìnrin àfáwọn opó àfáwọn ìyálọ́jà tá a dẹ̀ fún about 300 people so àwọn obìnrin wa àwọn níyà wà so a lè gbàgbé wọn àdèmọ̀ káwọn náà ń gbàdúrà fún wa so àwa náà àforí hàn.
Thank you very much, Sen.Adeniyi, for coming on the program. You agree with me, it's been such an educating episode. Thank you, sir, again, Sen.Adeniyi Adegbonmire, for coming on.
Thank you very much, Mariah, for having me. It's been my pleasure, and I hope to be on your program very soon. Thank you very much.
Know your representative with Mariah Olasheinde, bridging the visible gap.
Senator,
At the Adegbonmire Renewed Hope Mega Empowerment Program, the people of Ondo Central Senatorial District described Sen.Adeniyi Adegbonmire, popularly known as Omoekun, as a beacon of excellence, leadership and hope. They testify that Adegbonmire exemplifies an unwavering commitment to service, progress and community empowerment. His confident and proactive leadership ensures that the needs of his constituents remain at the forefront of his agenda, and is steadfast in his dedication to driving positive change for the people of Ondo Central Senatorial District.
He's a man of his word. He's from a fine family, a good family, and he will never disappoint the party. By the grace of God, the Lord will continue to strengthen you, lift you up, be with you.
If they say empower, okay, the federal government say empower. If you do half of the empowerment, what will happen? And pocket the rest. Some do it, but see what's outside. When I was coming, when I saw outside, I said, no. This is real empowerment. We thank you for today. Thank you, our distinguished senator. Thank you very much.
Gbàdúrà fún ẹ, wà pẹ́ níbi tó wà. Ibi tá wà òde wà débẹ̀. Agbára Ọlọ́run tó dá ti rí báyìí tó bá dókè pátápátá, irú tú tó máa pa. Thank you very much for doing this. Màmá ẹ kú oríire o. Oríire náà kalẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gba empowerment ẹ̀jọ̀. Ẹ má ta o, ẹlòmíì àgbà ọ̀kadà lọ tà, ní yóò fún yín kẹ́ lọ tà o, ó fún yín kẹ́ máa fi earn your own income and living on your own without being a beggar.
So you are looking at a minimum of 650 people who are to be empowered by these items. We are also empowering about 200 widows, artisans, and market women with cash. So ultimately, cash is about 200 people, items about 650 people. So approximately 850, 900 people. So to give something back to my constituents, the yearnings of the people, like I always say, you must listen to your people. And as you all know, I think I've just spent about 2.5 years in the Senate. And like I always tell people, in 2023, we couldn't do much because the budget, everything was running. So effectively, this is the first 1 year of representation. And I thought that it was important, therefore, that I show gratitude to my constituents by helping them to fish rather than give them fish. And if you look at all of these items, they're items that you can use to generate income. And for the cash incentive is for them to put it back into their businesses. You can see it says Mega Empowerment for Renewed Hope. That is the slogan of the president. As a member of the APC and as a member of the National Assembly, I am happy to continue to support Mr. President because I think he's doing very well.
Inú mi dùn gan. Adẹ̀gbà aládùúrà Ọlọ́run àtúbọ̀ máa ran ọ̀gá lọ́wọ́. Níbi gíga tọ́ka ẹ̀ ń lọ Ọlọ́run bá wa gbé débẹ̀. Ilẹ̀kùn ìyanu àtúbọ̀ máa ṣí fún. Ó wúlò fún mi, empowerment ni. Wọ́n fi ràn mí lọ́wọ́ ni. So wọ́n ní kí n fi ṣiṣẹ́, kí n dẹ̀ rere ń bẹ̀. Àdúrà mi ni pé ẹ̀mí wọn á gùn o. Gbogbo nǹkan tá bá ti dáwọ́lé Ọlọ́run á máa gbàṣẹ fún wọn o. iwájú lọ̀pá ibi tí wọn yóò túbọ̀ máa ré sí ohun ànírẹ̀yìn láéláé ibi gíga tọ́kàn wọn fẹ́ Ọlọ́run á mú wọn débẹ̀.
I was very happy today because this is one of its kind in Ondo State. I am very happy. I am very happy for what Senator Adegbonmire has done for his people across Ondo Centra, and he did well. And personally, I appreciate him. Inú mi dùn gidigidi nítorí pé ẹni tó bá fún yàn ní nǹkan ní bàǹtìbàǹtì yìí ó yẹ kéèyàn lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. So inú mi dùn. More grace to his own elbow.
We very appreciate to the Senator Adegbonmire for the empowerment, because a lot of youth now that benefit from this empowerment, we use the opportunity to have one thing and the other to be doing. Inú mi dùn gan wípé mo jẹ́ ọ̀kan nínú àwọn tí ó jẹ́ tó ní opportunity láti jẹ ọ̀kadà ní empowerment Senator Adegbonmire. So a dẹ̀ rí pé irú nǹkan tó ń ṣe fún wa ó máa jẹ́ kí àwa gan ka irú nǹkan tó ń gbé fún mi báyìí mo máa gbé fún nǹkan nínú ọmọ mi tó máa fi ṣiṣẹ́ tó máa fi ran family tiwọn náà lọ́wọ́.
Orí ọ̀fẹ́ ńlá lélẹ́yìí nítorí pé a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé irú eléyìí ṣojú ẹ̀mí wa nítorí láti àkókò tí àwa náà ti ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ òṣèlú irú eléyìí ò tí ì kàn wá rí. A dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run pé bí a ṣe irú eléyìí lénìí ó fi inú wa dùn ó dẹ̀ fayọ̀ wa kún nítorí inú mi dùn gidigidi nítorí kan tí ọ̀gá wa Senator Adegbonmire tó ṣe lénìí fún wa nítorí pé pẹ̀lú orí ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run bó ti ṣe lé o máa ṣe mí lágbára Ọlọ́run.
In fact, it's highly commendable. Highly commendable. We are proud of it. Ẹmọ ní inú wa dùn sí lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. A rí pé Tule is a leader. He's a good senator. Ó dẹ̀ wọ́ tàbí lọ sí because it's not all that common to people to do this thing. Also, we are happy. We are happy. We are particularly happy. We must confess. Humanly thinking, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ti ṣe síwájú tó à ń ṣe irú eléyìí. Wọ́n dá nìkan pọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣàpò wọn. But for this, we are proud of him.
I was the most excited today because I didn't expect this coming. Because since we have Ondo State Central, Centra district, we've not had it this big like this. This one is huge. It's huge. And nobody, I think he can do this for now, if not Senator Adegbonmire. He has done very well and he deserves to go for a second time. So he has tried and blessed the life of people. Look at the items here. It's not only motorcycle, about 11 items, many of them. So we appreciate him because this will go a long way, empower people, helping generation. So we have children, we have...
I feel happy and I really appreciate Adegbonmire. And I pray for him more blessing and more promotion. On many ways, it will be good for me because I'm selling foodstuffs. I'm selling frozen chickens and I'm also selling pure water. It will add more to my business and it will increase my business. And already Adegbonmire has empowered me. My prayer for him is that by God's grace, as God liveth and His Spirit liveth, He will go for another 4 years. And after that 4 years, He will be greater than this in Jesus' name.
Inú mi dùn gan gidi torí pé ọmọ mi ló kọ́ iṣẹ́ yẹn gangan. Mo dẹ̀ wá débí nǹkan tí ó wù mí lọ́kàn mi ni wọ́n tún wá gbé fún mi. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn gan gidi o. Iṣẹ́ wọn máa tẹ̀síwájú 4+4 is equal to 8. Ìdúrà mi ni fún wọn pé wọ́n á bọ́jú rere Ọlọ́run pàdé. Iṣẹ́ wọn máa tẹ̀síwájú wọn ò ní rí dààmú lágbára Ọlọ́run.
And God will continue guiding him. He will return by God's power. It is by God's power he will return. Whoever that is saying that he will not return, that person will not be alive. Just because he has done this. He has done this. Look at what the empowerment. Look at all the bills. The bills he passed in Centra, Centra. None of the senators has done such. So I thank God that God is now looking at Akure Center as a very good center by providing a very brilliant and lovely Adegbonmire. So God will be with him and his family.
Inú mi máa dùn torí pé kíni wọ́n bí Adegbonmire ó tuntun ra ẹ̀bí alias mi Adegbonmire tọkàntọkàn ni mò ń jẹ́. So ẹni tẹ́ bá ti rí tó bá ti ń sanṣẹ́ tí loyalty ti mí ní nǹkan sí àdúrà ẹ̀ máa gbà ni. I appreciate him very well. I pray for him that whatever his heart desire is, God will grant unto him.
I appreciate Senator very well for giving us this empowerment. And we are happy for giving us. And this kind that nobody ever give us this empowerment in our Central district. He is the senator representing Ondo Central District of Ondo State and giving us a gigantic empowerment. See, bike, machine, dryer, deep freezer, maruwa, car, everything. We appreciate Senator Adegbonmire for helping us and to develop our community. And we empower our people. God will continue to bless them.
Attention bá kọjá nù mí gan kò lè ní kọsẹ̀ torí Adegbonmire ọmọ ẹkùn ń ṣe dáadáa. Tegun ní bá dẹ̀ jóore, orí ayátọ́kùn. Ọmọlúwàbí èèyàn ni kò bójú wa jẹ́. So ẹni tó ṣe fọkàn tán ni tó ṣe tẹ̀lé. So ti rú ẹ̀ gan tó bá lóun fẹ́ ṣe gómìnà gan lọ́jọ́ wájú gan tá bá tẹ̀lé gan kò bad because ó múnú wa dùn Ọlọ́run á dẹ̀ máa múnú ẹ̀ dùn. Ohun àlùmọ́yìn lélẹ̀ ohun tá máa powó wálé. Nígbà tí mo ti gba ilé báyìí oúnjẹ tuntun wọlé ìyàwó ọmọ ebi ò lè pa wọ́n ìyá mi gan arí oúnjẹ.
The task of the leaders is to get their people from where they are to where they've not been.
The job is simple: to provide effective representation for your people and also be a strong voice.
How do we hold our leaders accountable in the business of lawmaking and representation?
There should be more scholarship for children to be able to go to school.
Faleke is a man of God. He has been doing it. He has been helping people.
And how do the people ensure that their constituency projects are executed to the letter?
On behalf of all the students in Ekiti State, to say a big thank you to distinguished Senator Michael Okoye-Mbamidele for this learning item.
Do they even know their representatives at the states and national assemblies?
He touched so many lives across the states.
We're ready to go the extra mile just to show Nigerian your constituency projects, both federal, state and local government level. Know your representative with Mariah Olasheinde, bridging the visible gap. And that's it on the program this week. Join us same time next week as I bring you another lawmaker who has impacted his or her constituents positively. For missed episodes, you can catch up on our YouTube page, Mabase TV. Thank you for watching. I am Mariah Olasheinde. Goodbye and God bless Nigeria.